Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on this program, from time to time, if you were burdened by some telephone call you'd rather not make to a friend, a loved one, a business acquaintance, accountant, whatever, if you want to call my number and ask me if I have U-bolts, any of these, did I explain this properly?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll do it for you tonight. I'm going to make a phone call for somebody who doesn't want to make one. We have Mr. Help me with his name, Mr. Hassler. Is there a Mr. Hassler here tonight?
It's Miss Hassler.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, I did not realize that you were, and quite obviously you are. Please, if you will, Miss Hassler, pronounce your first name for me.
Keiko.
Keiko?
Keiko.
Nice to meet you, Keiko. And where are you from?
Hawaii.
Hawaii? And what are you doing? Ooh, what are you doing in New York? This is some sort of a
Enjoying
kidnapping.
The lovely weather, mainly.
Oh, it stinks, doesn't it? And how long have you been here?
About a week.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a student.
And as we always say, good money in that. Now, what is the nature, Keiko, of the phone call you'd like for me to make
well,
tonight?
I'm going back to Hawaii tomorrow, and I'm going back to work on Wednesday, and I have to tell my boss that I'm quitting my job and moving to New York.
Oh, okay. And will he be saddened at this announcement?
I think he'll be really depressed about it.
He'll be depressed. Okay. All right. Well, this qualifies as a bad phone call. Thank you very much, Keiko. Paul, we need your help on these. This will be phone call number one.
Number one.
The woman from Hawaii, Miss Hassler. Do we have a Philip Brown in the audience? How do you do, Mr. Brown? Nice to see you. What do you do for a living, sir?
I also am a student.
And where do you go to school?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. What school in Indianapolis?
IUPUI. Town you know.
And this is for folks who don't know and of course don't care, but this is a combination. It's an extension campus from Indiana, Purdue, but it's more than an extension. It's
more
a movie of the week.
Right.
And by the way, now do you know who Teo Fabi is?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Now, who do you want me to call?
My wife, Susan.
And what do you want me to tell Susan?
Well, I'm here for the Brooklyn Bridge Centennial tomorrow, and I have a date with a girl that I went steady with 15 years ago.
Yeah! It sounds like you're here for the Brooklyn Bridge Centennial. That's what that sounds like to me. Well, now this, why would you want to do a thing like this?
Well, I was here alone, and I just thought it'd be fun to go with somebody. So
Okay, all right, and all right, well, this is also a bad phone call. Thank you very much, Philip. This will be phone call number 2, Paul.
He wants you to what? Call his wife?
Call his wife and say that he's in New York and has a date.
Okay.
And
number 2.
And not to be upset, he says. Mr. Gary Cahill. Do we have a Mr. Cahill in the audience? And let me guess, Gary, you're a student also?
No, I work.
Where do you work, sir?
I work for the Superior Court in the state of Connecticut.
Well, you'll be getting probably be getting a call from that other man's wife after this phone call. What is the nature of the phone call you'd like for me to make
I want
for
to
you
call
tonight?
my friend Bob. A few weeks ago, he gave me a haircut, and he had a few drinks, and he didn't do quite a good job. And I just want to tell him that I didn't want to tell him because he did it for free. And I want to tell him next time he gives me one for free, just to be sober.
Yeah. A free haircut, I've learned, by the way, is not always a really good deal, you know. Yeah, I must say, though, Gary, at this point in time, your hair doesn't look too bad, does it?
Most of the scars are covered up.
No, that's not too bad a haircut. Okay, Gary, thank you very much. We'll now turn the voting procedure over here to...
I don't know about you, but to me the most interesting is the thought of you calling that guy's wife and telling her that he has a date for the Brooklyn Bridge.
Well, this is Indianapolis. This is my old hometown, and...
all the more... and tomorrow is, of course, the 100th anniversary
of the Centennial of the Brooklyn Bridge. That's right. All right, so we're going to call this man's soon-to-be estranged wife, Mr. Philip Brown. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you, sir. Something happened. I think Bill Wendell just was nearly crippled by a camera. Are you all right, Bill? Okay. So this is the... Oh, I know this area code. This is my old home area code. This is exciting. Do you know who Teo Fabi is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Fastest speed.
Yeah, pretty amazing. 208 miles an hour? Give me a break. Unbelievable. And this would be your lovely wife, Susan,
Right.
eh? Do you have a photo of Susan with you?
No.
No, probably took that off. Left that in the hotel along with the ring, I'm guessing, huh, Phil? What is this?
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Press the number
I don't
to dial again, or call your operator to help you.
Yes, I thought I did dial one. We got to have a little training clinic for me on this phone tomorrow. All right, let me try it one more time. There's the one. There's the area code, 317, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the number. Here comes the rest of the number.
That's it.
That's what I did the first time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you and Susan been married?
7 years.
Uh-huh. Well, that's pretty much time to move on, isn't it?
No.
Hello?
Sounds like a very nice woman.
Hello?
Hello, Susan.
Yes.
My name is David Letterman. I'm calling from New York City. How are you today, Susan?
Well, I'm fine.
Oh, great. What do you do for a living there in Indianapolis, Susan?
Well, currently I'm on maternity leave, but I'm a pharmacist. Hello?
Susan.
Yes.
Susan, get to the nearest Red Cross and just stay there. So you're expecting, now would this be your first child?
No, I'm on maternity leave right now.
Uh-huh. And this
Just
will...
had a second.
This is our second child.
Oh, the second child. Wow. Now, you know your husband, Philip, is in New York, of course.
Yes.
And it's a shame you couldn't have made this trip, isn't it, Susan?
Well, yes.
Yeah. Now, why exactly weren't you included in the festivities here?
We have a 7-week-old daughter. And
7 weeks
a
old and she's pregnant
2.5-year-old
again?
son,
No,
and with
I hope
the two children, Mom better stay home.
Yeah, you better stay home and probably look after the house and write all of the checks
Oh,
and
yes.
have the car tuned up and
Hey.
Do the gardening.
and do the gardening. Now, you know, of course, that your husband, you know why he's in New York City, don't you?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Well, I can't bring myself to tell her this.
We should get it over with.
Oh. Yeah, Susan, your husband right here has informed me that tomorrow when he goes to the big day-long Brooklyn Bridge Centennial, he'll be accompanied by a date.
Oh. That's interesting.
A what, ma'am?
That's interesting.
Yes, it is interesting. You better get in here and help me out on this.
It's with Alice, an old friend.
Oh, this will work? Okay. But don't worry, Susan. It's with Alice, an old friend.
Oh, I know Alice.
Do you really know Alice?
Sure.
So this is all on the up and up then.
Sure.
Okay, listen. Geez, you sound like a wonderful woman. Why do next time they celebrate the bridge? That'll be when?
100 years.
Another 100 years? Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you, Susan. And you have a pleasant time there in Indianapolis.
Well, next time you visit Indianapolis, you can visit.
Well, I'd love to come to Indianapolis. No one will invite me.
Come on out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Next weekend is the race.
So, I get it. Anything goes with you folks. Is that it?
Not anything.
Okay. Look, Susan, we got this sort of a show here we need to attend to. Thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay. Good night. Awful thing to do.
Glad you're a comedian.
We'll be back with Desi Arnaz here. I want you to have that fun.